Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. So jumping into the daily chart, as always, I'll show you the Fibonacci retracement that I have set up. If you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, make sure to watch the video I have linked down below in the description, just so you're aware of how this tool works. And I use it constantly in my videos, so it's important you understand how all these levels work. So watch that and come back to this one. We have our swing high at, what's that, $15.70 printed in April 2021. The swing low that we have here is printed on July 18th, 2021 at $3.53. Since then, we've lost the first fib level. We've managed to retrace even below the 1.618 target, and we managed to come down into the support block that I gave you, this blue support block based off of this trading range here. We came back down into that support block, and right now we're seeing a very, very strong move. 59.8% move to the upside. Perfect. This is a perfect trade here. You can see that I have a smaller Fibonacci retracement set up, and this one is based off of the swing high in November last year and the swing low in October last year. We had the 1.618 target at 72 cents. That's exactly the level we retested twice actually at in the middle of December and at the end of December, and afterwards we had that spring to the upside, as you can see, and now we're running into the golden ratio. This is probably where we're going to see a pullback, in my opinion, because we're getting a bit overextended and we need some sort of a healthy retracement. But I'm just saying that if you pay attention to all these levels, you pay attention to what I'm saying, you might have, a couple of nice trades coming in here and there. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but I take a look at this. I mean, I gave you this 1.618. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm just saying that this could benefit you greatly. So the 1.618 is your technical target after you lose the first fib level, and that's your first fib level. As you can see, you lost that, right? You back test as resistance, you come back down, double test this 1.618, and that's your basically pump to the upside, and you're running into the golden ratio, into the most important level of your Fibonacci retracement. So I would say you could take some profits here and wait for a pullback towards the 20 EMA and get back into the project at the 20 EMA if you're looking for a swing trade. Now, I did swing trade some of my altcoins. All of that is on my Patreon. Link is going to be down below in the description. You have a 7-day free trial if you want to see how, what I post on my Patreon. So yeah, Theta is doing pretty good as of right now. If I zoom out just a little bit more, you can see that we have this large falling wedge playing out, and we're kind of breaking out of it right now, but I'm not so sure if we're going to stick above the resistance trend line. I think we're going to come back down potentially and retest the first fib level at least with a healthy retest, healthy retracement, so to speak. But if we continue with this local uptrend, right, and we break above the golden ratio, your first target, major target, is going to be at $1.30. That's the local high we printed in November last year, and your technical target would be the high we printed in August 2022 at $1.67.5. So that would be your target, and you would need to retrace there to complete this pattern. Now, if I zoom out just a little bit more, you can see we have multiple trend lines above that as well, and these are based off of this larger falling wedge that we have been targeting for the past year, but we broke down from there in May 2022, but the trend lines could be extended further down because they're still valid levels, because, right, we've been retesting them as resistance and support, and now both of them are resistance since we are below both of the trend lines. So once we see some sort of a pump, I would recommend you take a look at those trend lines and where the price is going, because we might run into either one of those. Now, also very possible that we could come back into this support block here, just below 79 cents all the way down to 55 cents. Like I said, I think that's where we're going to set our bear market bottom for Theta. We just briefly came into the support block, and we pumped out of it immediately. So I'd say if you come back down below 79 cents, all the way down to the previous local low here in January, I think that's a very good buying opportunity. Overall, we're still very low, and I wouldn't necessarily be buying in right now because we've seen a strong pump. I would just wait a little bit until we see some sort of a retracement, because let's be honest, you're not going to miss out if you just wait for a couple of days. Don't FOMO in. I think we are mature enough after all these years that we can actually wait with our cash on the sidelines. So as you can see, we broke above a two major resistance levels here, and then we retested the upper yellow trend line as support in January, and then we had a nice move to the upside into the overbought once again. So as you can see, currently the RSI is sitting in the upper area of the chart, so I would say just wait until we see a retracement all the way down, potentially to the second yellow support trend line, to the lower one, because you want to see the RSI go down before you start buying in, because right now it's overbought, overheated. You want to wait until it retraces back down. And obviously the green support block that I gave you played out perfectly. I told you that this would be a great buying opportunity based off of all the historic moves we had down into that area. I told you that if we come down into the green support block, that's going to be a very nice buying opportunity. We did that twice, and then we had the pump. So now you could take your profit and buy yourself a coffee or something. So that's what I have for the RSI. Let's switch over to the Binance weekly chart. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it, because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. So taking a look at Theta on the weekly chart here, you can see that we're breaking above this blue diagonal resistance trend line, and that's a very good sign. And we've broken above the green trend line here. If I just remove the fib retracement so it's easier to see, as you can see, we're breaking above those two levels, and we're coming up into this resistance block that I have for you. So on different charts, I like to have different support resistance blocks, different Fibonacci retracements, just so I can see the chart from different perspectives. And here the resistance block was a support block previously, obviously before we dropped down out of it here in September last year. And we dropped down below the green trend line, which was keeping us afloat since May 2022. And right now, if we can manage to hold the green trend line as support and the blue trend line as support, I think that's going to be great. So for that, we don't really need to go below 88 cents. We need to stick above 88, 87 cents. And from there, we print this higher low and we continue on breaking the local high we printed in November and in August. So, and actually one thing that's good as well is that we're above the 20 EMA here. So if we solidify above the yellow moving average here, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be incredible. What you can also do is bring out the 35 EMA. That could be another local target for you if we continue with this uptrend, right? And we see large wick to the upside. You could set up some sell limit orders at $1.36.5. That's going to be your 35 EMA. And overall, We're doing pretty good right now. Don't get too bullish. Don't get too excited, okay? Just stay calm and wait for a pullback if you want to buy in. If you want to take some profits right now for a swing trade, do that, but be cautious because if the pump continues, right, you can't blame someone for selling. So you either just hold on to your tokens, try to stake them somewhere if you can, and just wait, or if you want to swing trade, then understand that if you sell at some point, there's a chance that the project might just do something like this and then like this, right? And you're going to be sitting down here with your cash. So it's absolutely necessary that you only sell for a swing trade after a project has been pretty overextended. So if you want to play it safe right now, don't sell Theta. Just wait until we get into March. We're probably going to see even a stronger move going into March, and then you can take some profits maybe and buy back with a pullback. I don't know. That's up to you to decide, up for you to decide. But I personally, like I said, swing traded some altcoins and I've done some, got some nice profit there. All of that is shared on my Patreon. Taking a look at the weekly RSI here, a perfect bounce, as you can see, perfect bounce off of the resistance of the falling wedge that we have here. So the teal trend lines represent a falling wedge. And we also had a channel down pattern, which we're breaking out of right now. We almost ran into the resistance level at 47.9 that we had based off of the March 2022 high that we printed. So if we retest that, or we're almost at that level, so I would say this is a pretty good time if you want to swing trade, to swing trade, if you're, secure and you know how to do that. And I would just wait for a pullback all the way down here to the blue trend line. That's where you can buy back in, or obviously just a bit before that, just buy back in, and potentially you could catch another wave to the upside. If you're holding long term, really, I would just say stick to your tokens and just bring them out to a cold storage and just wait until the bull market arrives. So for now, the RSI needs to cool off just a little bit before you want to buy back in if you're looking to get into the project. And taking a look at the volume, we're getting some good volume here, but right now this week's candle has been red. The stochastic starting to move out of the oversold, and that's the case for a lot of the altcoins across the board. The MACD is continuing from this bullish cross we created in June, so this was a good signal to buy into crypto, obviously. But as you can see, since June we did pull back even lower. So from that low in June, we pulled back 35%. Right, and then you had the bullish cross sometime in the middle of June, and then you had that move to the upside, but you did go lower. So that's why you need to have multiple indicators rather than just trading based off of the MACD, because the MACD is a lagging indicator. So based off of the RSI, like I said, I gave you the support level there. You're looking pretty good for the short term. The only thing that I want to see is just a healthy retracement down for the RSI and the price action to cool off before we see another move to the upside. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to check out my Patreon. All the links are down below. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.